We have a two-way divide on the Newshour tonight between those who believe the team should be banned, those who believe the team should not be banned. I'd put those positions out. Bishan Singh Bedi, Sadbin Jan and Suresh Menon feel the team should be banned. I hope I'm not wrong in assessing where you stand. Mihir Bose, Atul Vasant, Ajay Shirke are not for the banning of the team. But Mihir Bose, if I begin by asking you, why should a team, let's say you don't want the team to be banned, but surely what do you think on Raj Kundra himself? Do you think he should be thrown out of the IPL, or well, can he also continue in your view?
Well, Raj Kundra should be punished. There's no question about it. This is the owner of IPL betting. Whether he's doing match fixing or not is irrelevant. He shouldn't be allowed to bet. No owner of IPL, no player in the IPL, no official connected with the IPL should be allowed to bet. It's a matter of perception. And the fact that this has happened raised once again the question of what sort of rules the IPL operate under, what sort of rules and conditions the BCCI imposes. For instance, in the Football Association of this country, which is not the most wonderful organization, may I say, nobody is allowed to bet. 30, 40 years ago, people in the lower leagues used to bet that their own football club would lose a match or win a match to get some money. But those days have gone, and if that happens here, the person would be out of football. And similarly, Mr. Kundra should be punished. But why should the entire team be punished?
No, because there's a rule. Because there's a rule. No, because there's a rule. Because there is a rule. A rule which says...
What?
There is a rule.
If the rules... The rule, are you saying the rule says that the owner is betting, the entire team is punished?
No, I'll tell you what there's a bit of interpretation issue there, sir. And that's why I want to get the interpretation in. Let's get Bishan Bedi on the interpret. The rule says, according to the rules laid down by the BCCI, if anyone affiliated to the team is found guilty of betting, could be suspended for a period ranging from 2 to 5 years. Also, under the IPL owner's agreement with the BCCI, a franchise could be terminated with immediate effect, quote, if the owner acts in a way that brings disrepute to the IPL. So, Raj Kundra bets. And he bets on his own team. He brings disrepute not just to IPL, he brings disrepute to cricket. Therefore, by the rules, Bishan Singh Bedi, should the action be against the team?
I entirely agree with you.
Anab could be terminated or would be terminated.
Should be or could be or whatever.
Should be terminated.
No, one second. In this rule, one second, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the rule. A franchise could be terminated with immediate effect if the owner acts in a way that brings disrepute to the team. Now, 11.3 doesn't say would or could or should. It says if the franchisee, any franchisee, group company or any owner acts in a way which has a material adverse effect upon the reputation or standing of the league, of the BCCI, the IPL, the franchisee and the game of cricket. So, it's clear, Mr. Bedi.
No, but tell me, even if you terminate the Rajasthan Royals, how does the game of cricket come clean? You know, you just give me some instance that the caretakers of Indian cricket are really concerned about the game of cricket in India. Are they?
How's that the issue? Sorry to, I just want to understand, Mr. Bedi, your line of thinking. How is that the issue? The issue is there's a rule about anyone bringing disrepute. That's simple. I'm asking today if that rule is only meant to be on paper, only for show, to put on the internet, or whether the rule has any standing. Sadbin Jang, is there as much ambiguity as Mr. Bedi has made it out to be? Sadbin Jang, what do you think?
Well, I defer to Bishan, Adab Bishan, but the fact is that as far as I'm concerned, it's a no-brainer because you've got a pot of sleaze which is on the boil.
Yeah.
And in this pot of sleaze, which is boiling, you put in a franchisee owner who's betting. For heaven's sake, he's compromised every position that he ever had, and he's compromised his whole team, and the law states that if he brings disrepute to the game, which of course he has, well, so has CSK, but that's a completely different ball, right? So he should go because he's compromised the game, he's compromised his team, he's compromised the players, everyone he's compromised.
You see,
So where is the brainer in
the
this,
other
you know?
point
I'm not
is
understanding
the
that.
other point is, I'd like to get in Suresh Menon on this. The other point is when the charges of fixing emerged, Suresh, I think there was the Rajasthan Royals statement which said the management of Rajasthan Royals is zero tolerance policy to anything that is against the spirit of the game. I mean, what did this Raj Kundra? He is the management. He says I'm against anything, and Shilpa Shetty went on and on and on like a broken record about how upset she is. I mean, how upset is she about what Raj Kundra has done?
Well, as we've seen in the last so many years, 6 years of the IPL now, there is much to be gained by stout denial and by sticking to your stand. And I think a whole lot of owners and a whole lot of people concerned with the IPL have got away with it. I think three things need to take place. I think Rajasthan Royals and CSK both have to be scratched. I think the board has to get its house in order, and I think it might be worth looking at banning the IPL for a year or two till they get it all clear and all in order. It'll take that long to sort out the mess.
Now that's a radical suggestion. I want to know where Atul Vasan stands on it. I think he's on the other ground. Atul.
Yeah, totally right. I think it's unfair to punish 300-400 people for misdemeanors of a few handful of people, you know.
The owners.
I don't think so. That's the way forward. And what is the guarantee after breaking off for a year or two? How do you indemnify against this coming back? You know, what is right is that this is serious, you know, and I think, as they say, this is not cricket at all. But, you know, it's a fact now that the franchise cricket worldwide, not even IPL, anywhere in the world, will be susceptible, very hard to police, you know, and let's separate the product cricket with this version of cricket. You know, let's not merge it, and you know, which depresses me, you know, because I thought the cricket will start today and we'll be rid of this.
Atul,
but you know, so
Atul, then you're shedding crocodile tears. I'm sorry, Atul, to have to. Every time
no, I'm not.
No, then I'm sorry, Atul.
You know,
I'm very sorry. No, but Atul, this is an owner, Atul. This is an owner. One owner.
I know.
One
I'm not
owner
condoning it. I'm saying in the harshest manner. I think the rule book should be thrown at them, and the fine print should be implemented. And this is the best way forward. And this is going to hurt the product.
I'm sorry,
but I'm telling you, the Caribbean Premier League is starting.
I'm
Sri Lankan Premier League, Bangladesh Premier League. Everywhere in the world, wherever there will be multiple owners.
Are you telling me?
500-700 people involved. How will you indemnify against this?
Are you telling me that the country will come to a stop? That cricket will become extinct if you take tough action against Raj Kundra? I mean, please. I mean, otherwise, what you're saying, one second. Bishan Singh Bedi. This is an approach which I think amounts to saying that, oh, it's a terrible thing that's happened. But let's not take any tough action either.
Listen, country will not come to a stop if we banish IPL altogether. Let me tell you that. And I've been saying this right from its inception, that IPL is a highly, highly corrupted seed sown by whoever. And today, if I may say, I've become a great fan of Kapil Sibal, who says, cricket nahi, ye tamasha hai, paison ki paribhasha hai.
No, but let's come to the bottom line. Bottom line is this. Here is irrespective of whether he lost or won bets, because a sob story is going around now, Sadvinjal, that, oh, he lost the bets. Irrespective of whether here is a man who is so unethical, so utterly unethical and unscrupulous that he places bets on his own team. What can be worse than that?
You know, the other point is that, you know, Arnab, the other point is that the players are not going to suffer if Rajasthan Royals loses and somebody else comes in, if some other company takes over, like happened in Hyderabad. The players are not going to lose out at all. No one is going to lose. The only people who are going to lose here are the franchise owners. So let's not feel bad for cricket, or let's not feel bad for the cricketers. Let's feel bad for cricket, sorry. But let's not feel bad for the cricketers, because that continuation will be on. And so...
The question of precedent, Saad, the question of precedent, Ajay Shirke also joins the panel. Mr. Shirke, I think you're there with us now. The question here is that, you know, Mr. Shirke, I think, is on the phone line. Mr. Shirke, tell me where you think. Here is an owner who is betting. If an owner bets and bets on his own team, if, you know, Srishant can turn around and say that, you know, I had heard that my owner is betting. So why are you making a big deal if I'm doing a little bit of spot fixing on the side? I think Mr. Shirke's line is not completely clean. But isn't that the valid question, Mayor Bose? That what precedent
Absolutely.
does a team owner set?
Well, but what principles have the BCCI set when they have allowed the president of the BCCI to be involved in a franchise and have his son-in-law involved in a franchise? You know, there has not been proper policing of the IPL. I agree with Bishan Bedi that IPL is tamasha, but even tamashas have to have principles. Even tamashas have to have ethical guidelines. And the IPL as a product, as a concept, is a wonderful concept because nowhere in the world does domestic cricket work, and IPL has made cricket into a Bollywood 3-hour movie and made it work. But it needs to have principles.
No,
and the problem starts with the BCCI allowing IPL to be set up in such a way without any control.
No, Meherda, tell me, if in the next season of the IPL, let's put that question to Suresh Menon, if in the next season of the IPL, the people of this country are going to watch Gurunath Mayappan in one box and Raj Kundra in the other box continue unscathed as owners of their respective teams, the teams unscathed, they unscathed, shareholding pattern not changed, no action on these individuals, but just a little bit of a penalty and they carry on. If a soft approach of Mr. Dalmia is all that he brings, tell me, what impact will that have on the tournament itself, Mr. Menon?
I think that's a ridiculous situation to get into. And I think the time has come now with today's revelations to look into the cases of all the owners of all the franchises. Why stop at just the two? How do we know that the others are not involved? Let us have a thorough investigation into the entire lot.
But what about these two? But what about these two, Suresh?
5 or 6.
What about these two, Suresh? What about these two?
As far as I'm concerned, kick them out, throw them out, and sack their teams. No doubt in my mind.
No, but then people like Atul Vasan, will say throwing the ball out, baby out with the bathwater. He'll say it's too much.
No, I didn't say that. I think you got me wrong, Arnab. You know, I am all in favor. There's no discussion. There is no debate about that these people have to suffer now. The teams will have to suffer. You have to actually implement the rule. So I think, you know, I mean, you got me wrong. But I'm just saying that I am against scrapping of IPL per se, the product. So I think, how do we make it go? We've lost Kochi, we've lost Pune Warriors, we've had trouble with Rajasthan Royals and Kings 11. We have Deccan Chargers that's just been revived by Sunrisers. So, you know, there was no set template, and people are actually trying to take benefit of the fine print. You know, where comma should be there, they're putting a full stop and they say, okay, it's fine. You know, they justify their facts.
You know, the reason...
But the point is, my question is, if a messieur of a team bets, what happens? You scrap the team?
Atul, please don't try and downplay it. Atul, don't try and downplay it. I'll tell you why. Because I'm telling you, all of this attempt to downplay. Raj Kundra is an owner. Gurunath Mayappan are owners. They have access to information that is valuable to bookies. They are not just anyone else placing bets. I'm sorry. They are not just anyone else placing bets. They are in
I second you in that, Arnab, is that this is the acid test for this entire administration.
Exactly.
How they will come down on this.
Exactly.
And otherwise, if they don't do it, I think, I mean, I'll be off IPL.
There you are. There you are. This is the litmus test. Now, before I go back to Bishan Bedi, Ajay Shirke from Pune. Ajay Shirke, good evening. Do you think Raj Kundra should be allowed to continue as an IPL owner after what he's done?
See, my personal opinion is that the rules are very clear, and the powers in the BCCI, whoever are now calling the shots or taking the decisions, are completely empowered by the agreements to take the strictest possible decision. So they should do that because, first of all, everybody has to come clean. BCCI has to come clean. The message has to go down. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if the player knows that he is going to get caught, he has the fear of getting caught, that's where betting is going to stop. Otherwise, we are just going to debate this. Globally, betting is recognized as a legal sport. And I think the government has to work very closely with all the sports bodies, and also at some point of time we have to take a call on that. Because we are not underestimate the size of this business.
Mr. Shirke, there is a contradiction there, sorry to interrupt. You see, the problem is, when you ask these, suppose Gurunath Mayappan's lawyer or other lawyers come, they say, there is no rule against you know, they say that oh, betting is a bailable offence, it's not a big deal.
No, it is not a question of bailable offence or whatever. It is a question what is the contract which you have entered into.
Sir, tell me what is the contract? No, what is the contract? Because Bishan Bedi, who's on the channel right now, is hearing you. He asked me in the beginning, what is the contract? And I told him...
The contract, to the best of my knowledge, clearly states if any principal or any management or anybody associated with a team brings the game of cricket into disrepute, that particular team can be acted against in any form or manner, including dismembering of the franchise.
No, sir, it says very specific, sir. It says may terminate this agreement with immediate effect.
Is the same thing.
No, it says may terminate this agreement with written effect by written notice.
Yes,
now therefore that means you'll have to terminate the agreement with Rajasthan Royals.
Nobody can hide behind the fact that we are not empowered.
No, that means
what decisions they take is up to the people who are going to take those.
So it's a litmus test. No, you agree? No, it's a litmus test.
Absolutely.
So Bishan Bedi, that there we come back to the point. Let me come back to you as we try and close the debate. Though it's clear, Mr. Bedi, action against Raj Kundra and Gurunath Mayappan becomes a litmus test in this case for Dalmia.
Well, listen, as Mr. Ajay Sharkey mentioned, that we have to clean up the BCCI first. Because BCCI is not IPL, but IPL is BCCI. Like saying that every player is not a fixer, but every fixer is a player, whether he's playing or on the field. So who has got to own up the responsibility? The BCCI. They must own it up, for goodness sake. And let me tell you, Arnab, cricket was always clean. It's the thugs who are running this game who are unclean. And the producers, the directors, the actors, they are the buggers who are not clean.
Well, let me jog the memories of people on the panel, Arnab, you know. Even W. Grace used to punt on his batting, and circa 1981, you know, Dennis Lilly and Marsh betted against their team. We remember the Botham's Ashes.
Don't downplay it. Again, you're trying to downplay.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. That's what I'm saying. Please listen me out. I think Mark Vaughan, Shane Warne started with giving pitch reports. Now it's pretty clear that, you know, this will lead to something else.
I'm just saying that.
So people will try to push the envelope, and you got to...
Bishan Bedi has something to say to you. What's it? Why was it Bishan Bedi? Bishan Bedi to Atul Vasan. Go on.
Atul Vasan bringing in WG Grace now is a disgrace. Honestly.
Why?
Let's think of the present. Let's think of the present. The present is...
Yeah, you're right.
Bloody awful.
I'm just saying that, you know, people might justify their actions by saying that it was done before. But, you know, once we know that this is clearly written in the code of conduct, and once you cross the line, you got to pay the penalty. That's what I'm saying.
No, penalty means what? You think, one minute. Penalty means what? Penalty means what? No, penalty means what?
You got to go.
Penalty means what? What? You pay 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 40 lakh, 50 lakh rupees, 5 crores and say, okay, let's continue.
Penalty means that you lose a franchise, you are out of the game.
And
that goes for the players as well.
No. So let's be clear. Can you have Raj Kundra as an owner anymore in the IPL? Simple. After this, what will the people of India say? If Raj Kundra continues as an owner of the IPL team, if Gurunath Mayappan continues, they say he's not, but Raj Kundra is in a different situation. He is an owner.
Arnab, can I say something here?
Yes, Saad.
The managers, the owners, the franchisee owners and the captains, they can actually influence performances of players on the field. And if you're telling me that these same managers and captains, if they are into betting or if they are into any conflicts of interest, is all right, then apart from setting precedent, you're also setting up a very dangerous situation. Because I heard the police commissioner say something about underperformance. In cricket, Bishan knows that underperformance is impossible. How do you define what underperformance is? There's so many ways that a captain can actually play around with his pawns, and the police won't even know they're underperforming. So it's a very dangerous line that Atul that you're taking, you know, and you're setting up a precedent for danger for the future. We have to stop that now.
just something funny, you know. I heard that Mayappan lost the money and Raj Kundra lost the money. These are smart business people, you know. If these guys with the know-how and everything close to the team, they're losing money. Who's winning the money?
No, but I don't think that he'll get any sympathies for that.
But do you believe they lost the money seriously?
No, you see, I'll tell you one thing.
How do you know they lost money?
How do you know they lost money? Exactly. Where's the book of sheets? What tells you? They say we lost money. If they made money, are they going to tell you? Are they going to tell the police we made money? They try and present themselves.
First, let's see the black money that they've invested.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, the biggest issue here is that it is an industry which is underground, in the underground space.
Exactly.
And therefore, it becomes very difficult. If you look at some of the other countries who have legalized betting and have gone past all these milestones, I see no harm in taking a leaf out of their book. Because the global betting industry is estimated, the sports betting industry is estimated to be of the order of about 220 billion pounds. And if you go back to let's go back to England where this game originates from. They have the betting commission, and that commission is answerable to the Department of Culture, Media and Sport, and they are constantly maintaining a data of intelligence and sharing it with the sports bodies. They are educating the players that you will get caught, and they are putting the fear of getting caught. And if the sports person is not going to assist in any kind of fixing, then the chances of cleaning this up are better. This is just
I'll tell you, I have a sense,
yeah,
Mr.
just
Shilke.
to second that, you know.
I have a sense, Mr. Shilke, that when Times Now was...
if government...
See, we have to maintain intelligence, we have to do background checks, we have to do all of this, which only an independent government body can do because they have the power and they have to work very closely with the BCCI.
You see, Mr. Shirke, when Times Now was following its detailed investigation when this was happening, far before you put in your papers, there were a few people who were getting very exasperated with what we were doing. And they said, how long will this get? Now, I hope that it was not, that some people were not getting exasperated because they were worried that the web will become bigger. That's not restricted to Sri Shant, that the web is bigger. And those people today must ask their own conscience what they feel about Raj Kundra, the Delhi Police Commissioner, saying that he is betting. What do you think about an IPL owner betting? Do you think an IPL owner can bet his way and go unpunished and continue in the IPL? I'd like to hear from you.
My point is...
Gentlemen, Mr. Shirke will take this up another time, totally short of time, but I want to thank everyone, including Suresh Menon, who came for the first time on Newshour tonight, for participating in this. What's one thing, Suresh, I know you're a very seasoned journalist, I just want to take your bet on this. Sorry, I shouldn't be using the word bet. It's a bad word now. Let me ask you this. Do you think Raj Kundra will continue as an IPL owner, or will Dalmia have to act?
Dalmia will have to act. But equally, Raj Kundra might continue, unfortunately. And I think I just like to make 2 points referring to something that was said earlier. I think it's not correct to say that legalizing betting will solve the problems, because the volume of betting in India is by a huge percentage. It's the black money that's involved. Yeah. So it will remain underground, and there's no getting away from that. What? The other thing is the Sri Shants and the players who were arrested or rather caught for this spot fixing, they're actually the bottom of the food chain, and that is why I said at the beginning of the show that we might need to take a year or two to clean up the whole mess, because the rot is so deep.
Let's do that.
And it'll take at least a year or more than a year to clear up the whole mess. Before we get back into IPL again.
You know, I'll tell you, Suresh, a bitter pill is not always a better pill. But in this case, Atul, bite the bitter pill. Yeah. Go for a radical cleanup.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You need a vacuum cleaning. You need a vacuum cleaning. What you're saying is dusting. You can't dust it away. You need a vacuum cleaning this time.
You're right. On a different note, I never thought that legalizing betting is going to get rid of fixing. But I say, as the railways is selling their tickets, which used to be selling on the black market as Tatkal, why doesn't the government legalize it and make some money on?
Well, I think everything. This is about ethics also. But gentlemen, I thank you for your different positions. Some people, including Raj Kundra, have to do a lot of introspecting now. Thank you.